You are now entering Armbar Audio.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Armbar Audio. I'm your host, Tim Farley. Next to me is my trusted companion,
John Kearns. What's up, everybody?
Today we are here to discuss this week's happenings on NXT and AEW Dynamite.
That is correct, Mr. Farley. Two good shows this week.
Two good shows. Let's kick it off with NXT. Now, throughout the show, there was an ongoing thread between Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher.
Yes.
They're the tag team champions, Tim. What happened?
I don't know. What did happen?
I'll tell you what
We're
happened.
gonna talk about it.
A damn monkey flip happened.
Yes.
They were wrestling Imperium for the tag titles, and Matt Riddle, monkey flipped one of the Imperium members, I don't remember which one, into Timothy Thatcher, causing Thatcher to get disgruntled and walking away from the match, saying he's had enough of Matt Riddle.
Completely bailed on him.
In the middle of the show,
Damn.
Thatcher was saying he's had enough of Matt Riddle. He's a joke. He just wants to be a tag champion and wrestle. Riddle comes back and says, "Bro, what the hell was that about?" This leads to our main event, which we will get into when it's time.
And so Imperium comes away with the NXT Tag Team titles by defeating the left-hanging Matt Riddle.
The Stallion
Matt Riddle. And I would say that when things go back to normal and Pete Dunne is able to be on the show, we have a built-in feud with Timothy Thatcher that I cannot wait for.
I personally think that when Pete Dunne comes back is when Thatcher joins Imperium, his rightful place back in ring conf.
Yes.
If you know what that is. People.
Yeah. People.
We had some women's matches on NXT. One was Tegan Nox against Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell did a really good job, but she springboarded off the rope into a chokeslam, and this started her demise. Tegan Nox hit a cannonball, and then the shiniest wizard to put away Indy Hartwell.
Yes. Good little match for Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell looked good this week. Tegan Nox continues to impress. And I am looking forward to what happens with Tegan Nox. I think eventually we will see her get a shot at that women's title.
Yes, especially if it stays on a heel.
Yeah.
The interim Cruiserweight Championship tournament continued as Tony Nese went 0-3 against Jake Atlas, who did that beautiful rainbow DDT. That's what he's calling it. It's the cartwheel off the top rope into a DDT. And Jake Atlas, what do you think about Jake Atlas, John?
I am digging Jake Atlas so far. I know that the perception on Twitter is split with Jake Atlas. He's appears to be a love-or-hate type of guy right now, as far as I can tell.
That's weird.
It's very weird. It's very weird.
I also saw some Twitter hate on Timothy Thatcher, which I totally didn't understand.
It doesn't make any sense. Timothy Thatcher has been so good for so long, and the fact that he's finally somewhere where he's on that national platform is only a positive to me. So I don't understand how anybody could have anything negative to say about Timothy Thatcher. But Jake Atlas, as it were, moves on, or gets a point in the tournament. He I believe is now 2-1.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 wins. So if Kushida loses his next match, they'll be tied.
And that's against Drake and Maverick. Tozawa will be going against El Hijo de Fantasma. And if Tozawa loses, then who's second in the other block?
Is it Swerve?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Whatever. The other match
I'm sure we'll talk about
was Jack Gallagher going against Isaiah Swerve Scott. And before the match, Scott was interviewed. Scott said that if you lose all of the matches in this tournament, you shouldn't be wrestling anymore. Tony Nese took offense to this, threw him into the steps to help out his old buddy Jack Gallagher. This was a good back and forth match. Swerve could not get the job done with the house call, but off the ropes and a roaring elbow by Jack Gallagher, the tattooed one, as I like to call him,
right,
gives him a win in this tournament, which was nice to see for old Jack boy.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff coming from the Cruiserweights this week. This tournament has been a very welcome addition to the show, especially with how New Japan has had to be shut down. Because right now, we'd be getting Best of the Super Juniors. It would be happening right now.
Or in a month or so, yeah.
No, something... What was happening? No, Best of the Super Juniors was supposed to start May 30th.
Damn, boy.
So, yeah, it would be in about a month. We lost the New Japan Cup. That's what would be happening now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, having a round-robin tournament on NXT has been very nice. Because it's softened the blow, as it were, I'd say.
Yes.
Because I love these tournaments when it gets close to the end and you get to do the math of like who can go and who's mathematically eliminated, or well, if this guy beats that guy, then he's gonna do this, or if this guy beats that. I love that aspect of it.
I agree. We had a funny little promo package with DX announcing that June 7th will be NXT TakeOver in your house. If they don't do a sweepstakes, I will be pissed.
In your house. I saw a very funny meme online, or a tweet online. It was, have you ever seen that GIF? It's a door and it gets kicked down and it's a guy dressed as Big Bird that's in the door. Yeah. I saw it was that GIF. And it said the NXT superstars invading my home to do their pay-per-view in June. So, yeah, because this is Friday. So, yesterday, because DX said it was tomorrow. So, yesterday, Thursday, was the 25th anniversary of the first In Your House special.
Yes.
So, that's why they're doing it. They're doing In Your House. So, that's cool. Looking forward to it. I feel like something is already kind of set up for that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
We got some great promos this week. Karrion Kross continues to make an impact. What a great addition to the roster. His promo was fantastic. He's not here to shock the system.
Right.
It's time to wake up from the dream. Tick-tock, falling prey. Love how they're doing Karrion Kross right now.
I'm loving Karrion Kross. They are so invested in him already, and it's great to see because he's another guy, like I said about like I said about Timothy Thatcher, been so good for so long.
Yeah. We got Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, or Diaz, or whatever they're calling her now.
Right.
Dakota Kai explained why she turned. She says that Raquel is the only person she trusts. Raquel says they're in the hurt business and they're going to hurt people. Good for you. There was another female match. Aaliyah versus Kaden Carter. Kaden Carter whooped her ass. Robert Stone said, bye-bye, Aaliyah.
Yep.
And you know what? I wish the WWE would as well. I don't understand why she's still employed and other people are getting the boot, as to say.
Definitely. Let's talk about Dinner with the Garganos.
Really like the production.
Very interesting stuff.
Whenever they had something intense to say, It got up right in their face,
and it went
black and white.
and it did that weird like
shifty
delayed feed thing. It was really cool. I think Gargano said something about, what did Gargano say?
He said that he was basically gloating about his match with Dijakovic.
Yeah, with Dijakovic. He
said that this man took Keith Lee to the limit.
What does that say about Keith Lee? So, I think Homeboy's going after that North American title.
Well, Candice said she's tired of Mia Yim getting handed opportunities because she panders to the crowd. Both of the Garganos are sick and tired of people pandering to the crowd because they did for so long and weren't.
And it got them
rewarded.
nowhere. Yeah, that's their
So
stance.
both of them are saying, we're going to go after Mia Yim and Keith Lee, and they cheer to it. And I'm all for it because all four competitors are very good. And I would love to see Keith Lee whoop Gargano's ass.
Great stuff. Let us speak on... Where is it? There it is. Cameron Grimes and Finn Balor. Hands down, Cameron Grimes' best match on NXT yet.
Absolutely. He took it to Finn Balor.
I said it when we watched it. I feel like Trevor Lee showed up.
Yeah. Everything was going well for Cameron Grimes until he said he was going to slap the piss out of Finn Balor's mouth.
And he did. He did slap him.
But Finn Balor just started stomping the shit out of him all the way to the outside.
Yeah.
And we find out who the snake is. Damian Priest with his nightstick clubs Finn Balor's leg. Cameron Grimes hits the cave-in for the win. And then Damian Priest hits the Reckoning on a steel chair, sits over top of Finn Balor and says, I'm the snake. I want my name to live in infamy, and what better way than to take out a prince?
I am so here for this.
Yes.
So here for this. This is what I was talking about when I say this is what I think is already set up for that In Your House special.
Mm-hmm.
This match is going to be fantastic, and I think that Damian Priest is the man that will finally bring out our favorite person.
The Demon Finn Balor.
Yes. If we get... Because Damian Priest, when he was in Ring of Honor, when he was Punishment Martinez, he had sort of that dark persona about him.
Absolutely.
And if he taps into that a little bit, I think a darker version of Damian Priest versus the Demon Finn Balor could be magic.
Could be. Don't know if NXT will do it, though. They're pretty on board with this Prince.
So... Matt Riddle versus Timothy Thatcher. The surprise match, which ends up being your main event. Let's talk about it, man. It was... This already, I said it, this already might be match of the month for May.
Maybe. We still have Double or Nothing coming.
We still have Double or Nothing coming, but it's in contention.
This was a Matt classic. These guys did a lot of takedowns, a lot of reversals, a lot of ground and pound, a lot of submission wrestling. At one point, Thatcher had an ankle lock locked in and was grinding or doing something to Riddle's toes. He even stomped Riddle's toes. Riddle ended up using Thatcher's leg lock and using the momentum to pin Thatcher. Afterwards, Thatcher attacked and put in 2 more Fujiwara arm bars. And that's how we got off the show. So, next week, I imagine Bro's going to call out Thatcher.
Yeah. And I think pretty likely that that's another match that's going to be set up for that for that takeover. That is June 7th?
Yes.
Yeah. So, only a couple weeks to go for that. And that's NXT. That was your NXT broadcast for this week. Grade, I'd give it a B. I'd say a B. I think last week it got a B minus. So it's going up.
No, I think it got better last week.
Did it get better last week?
Yeah, because it was like the return to form, and you were like,
right,
this is better than the last few.
It was better than the last few weeks, yeah.
Moving on
to TNT, baby.
Dynamite!
Dynamite, really good this week.
Started off with Lance Archer beating someone down all the way from the back to the ring. And Jake Roberts cutting another scathing promo.
Jake Roberts' promo was weird as fuck.
Yeah, he was putting down women, basically being like, women should be housewives and this and that. Yeah. And then
which he's old,
said,
but still.
Said occasionally they can come over. They can come over and keep him warm, especially whenever he watches Lance fight.
So he's excited, and I was like, "What, bro?"
Yeah, like you're
what?
You're getting a full-on chub watching your boy wrestle,
I mean, damn. What?
How creepy are you gonna get, man?
First he's rubbing his snake all over Brandy, and now he's saying he's excited about Lance Archer. He makes him Randy. No, I don't know. Jake, what are you doing?
Well, we didn't have a lot of time to find out because Cody came in his nice
big old truck with the American Nightmare logo on it. Looks sharp. I really liked it.
Gave Archer a low blow.
He drove, and he drove like 4 whole feet to knock over one barricade, and he got out of the truck. Like, if you're gonna do that, go straight for the ring, man.
Right. He gave Archer a low blow, started putting the punches to him. Then he set his eyes on Jake, which was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Lance got the upper hand, went to choke slam him on the apron, but Cody got out of it. Cody went for the Cody cutter, but Lance threw him off, and Jake pulled back Archer. This did nothing but make me more excited for the TNT Championship.
Double or nothing.
And then we found out that TNT Championship will be presented by the king of pay-per-view.
The baddest man on the planet.
Mike Tyson.
Iron Mike Tyson. A person that has not boxed for years, and people still refer to as champ.
He's coming out of retirement, bro.
He is.
And he's looking nasty, too. I saw some videos of him.
First match of the night featured...
The next, I believe it was 3 matches in succession.
Yeah.
Let me see here on my notes.
Nice. There you go. Well, I have the first one here.
Yeah, but I wanted to say something.
Yeah. Well, I'll just...
Yeah, the first 3 matches of AEW were fantastic.
First match features 2 of my favorite tag teams. One being Jurassic Express and the other being the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy and Jungle Express with Marco Stunt. Before we get into this, I want to say that thing they did on BTE this past week with Marco Stunt hunting down Jurassic Express after the treasure map to JE got left on his doorstep, which the map was burned with cigarette marks and it was stuffed inside a White Claw can. So I think we know who left that on his doorstep. The bad boy. We're going to talk about this match. Jurassic Express coming out of the gate, doing the big return. Best Friends have been around for this whole quarantine thing, but I'll tell you what, man, Jurassic Express looks great.
Yes, this was a high-octane, fast-paced match. There was a double suplex on the outside to Luchasaurus, a big tope con hilo from Jungle Boy to the Best Friends. Orange Cassidy started getting fired up on the rampway.
And got beheaded.
Out of nowhere, Rey Fenix came out with a big old kick to Orange Cassidy's head. This wasn't the only interference, as MJF came out, threw Jungle Boy into the steps, threw him back into the ring, and an awful waffle gives the Best Friends the win. We find out that at Double or Nothing, for the number 1 contendership to the tag team titles, will be Private Party versus the Best Friends. We also found out that Nyla Rose will be facing... Oh, nope. Not time to say that yet.
We're going to talk about it now, though. We had a huge fatal four-way match. It was Penelope Ford, Britt Baker, Chris Statlander, and Hikaru Shida in a cavalcade of highlights for the women's division.
I'll tell you what, if you blinked, you missed something. Penelope Ford could not hang. She looked quite sloppy. One of her backhand spring stunners looked kind of shitty, and she almost killed Chris Statlander with a poison Rana. Was not good looking, but
not something we're used to seeing from Penelope Ford either. I don't know what was up with her because she's not usually like that.
Right. Shida got the win only because Britt Baker decided to not unhook the lockjaw from Chris Statlander and stop Shida
there's something
from pinning Ford.
Something going on there.
We find out that Britt Baker and Chris Statlander will have a match at Double or Nothing, and that the win in this match, Hikaru Shida has solidified her number one contendership. She will be facing Nyla Rose at Double or Nothing. Nyla Rose interrupts Shida.
I found your Tinder stick, bitch.
Nyla Rose interrupts Shida. Interview, finds her kendo stick, hits her with it. We find out that the match will then be a no DQ, no countout match.
So awesome. Can't wait for that.
Yes. What?
Any thoughts on that women's match? Who do you think is going to win?
On Nyla Rose and Hikaru Shida?
Yeah.
Nyla.
No.
I think if it was a straight up wrestling match, Shida would win.
Yeah. I'm going to have to stick with Nyla as well. Unless Shida maintains control of that kendo stick.
She doesn't have control of it.
That's true. She doesn't have it, but, things could happen.
Things will happen.
Things will happen. At Double or Nothing. On May 23rd.
We also found out...
Order now on BR Live.
The Casino Battle Royal...
Well, the
entrance will come out like the Royal Rumble.
Match.
Huh?
Casino ladder match.
Yeah, whatever. That's being called now. The chip will be held above the ring, and people will come out like the Royal Rumble entrance, so you do not want to be that last member.
No.
We also found out that Rey Fenix and Scorpio Sky have been added with Colt Cabana, Darby Allin, and Orange Cassidy. So we have 5 members out of 9. I'm wondering who else will be showing up.
Yeah, and you don't want to pick the high number because the chip can be grabbed at any time. So the match can end before you even get in there.
Right.
That's unprecedented.
Yes.
Insanity. Let's talk about P&P, Proud and Powerful, back on the show in an official way against everyone's new favorite tag team that we never knew we needed, Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy.
Proud and Powerful attack Kenny Omega before Matt Hardy comes out. Once Matt Hardy comes out, Santana greets him at the stage, but gets bit multiple times, even causing blood to be in Matt Hardy's mouth. And each time the bite happens, pyro goes off. I loved it.
It was insane. I love everything they're doing with Matt Hardy right now.
Yeah.
It's so good.
A lot of good tandem offense by both teams. The end came whenever Ortiz was on the turnbuckle and Omega hit a huge V-trigger, and Matt Hardy came off with a cutter, thus giving Matt and Kenny the win. A well-needed win for the Elite against the Inner Circle.
Absolutely. Boo, we're going to talk MJF.
Squashed some dude named Lee Johnson. Got on the mic. Said that his peers do not recognize a real wrestler. Said that he's excited to wrestle Jungle Boy, but he feels stiff. Needs a tune-up match. And next week he will be wrestling Marco Stunt. And Marco knows that MJF is better than him. Great stuff.
Very great stuff. Marco Is he going to be good to go after being murdered again?
By Wardlow?
Wardlow?
I think he
They
should be okay.
fed this poor child. He's not a child, but this poor man. Lance Archer, Brody Lee, Wardlow, 3 weeks in a row.
Sickening.
What are they doing to him?
Sickening.
They're trying to kill him. Le Champion, Chris Jericho against that pumpkin-headed dipshit, Pineapple Pete.
Jericho came out with a bat, the inner circle, and wearing a Pineapple Pete shirt. Pineapple Pete took it to Chris Jericho, landing a bunch of strikes and some running European uppercuts in the corner. But when he went for a third, he ran right into a Judas effect for the win. Jericho gets the mic and says that they're at Double or Nothing. The Inner Circle will be challenging the Elite to a Stadium Stampede match where they will wrestle in an entire football field stadium. At this, Vanguard 1 comes out with the Inner Circle shirt. They ask if the Elite accepts. Vanguard 1 says they do accept. He's glad, Jericho's glad that he brought back the shirt because he had a warrant out for Vanguard 1's arrest for grand larceny in 7 states.
7 states?
He says, have you given any more thought to joining the Inner Circle? Well, it doesn't matter because we found our 6th member. This is Floyd, and you're going to get acquainted with him. And he breaks Vanguard 1.
Smashed to pieces.
With Floyd. Matt Hardy comes down and clutches Vanguard 1 in a broken emotional state.
Man, Jericho, I fear that you do not know what you've just done.
Jericho done fucked up, man.
He did. He's going to be sentenced to deletion over this. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
I can't wait for Stadium Stampede. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, if they have a funeral for Vanguard 1 next week, first of all, I'll be elated. I hope that happens. If somehow Matt Hardy has to find a way to either bend or somehow break that bat that Jericho has, so they can just keep getting new stuff and breaking it.
And naming it and giving it persona.
Yeah.
The main event of the evening. Mr. Brody Lee against Christopher Daniels.
SCU!
And this was not the squash match that you thought it would be.
No, not at all.
Christopher Daniels hit an Arabian press to the outside. He did the best moonsault ever. He hit the Angel's wings. But none of this could take down Mr. Brody Lee. Every time Brody Lee did something, he went outside and stared down SCU. In the middle of the match, the Minions, SCU, and Colt Cabana got into a brawl. But the discus lariat put away Christopher Daniels for the win. It should be noted that 10 had a chair, and they were giving the title to Brody Lee, but Jon Moxley came out.
Yeah, Brody came out wearing the title.
Yes. As soon as they saw Moxley, Brody and 10 hit the bricks. Moxley took down the rest of the Minions, got on the mic, and said that before Brody Lee's AEW career has started, it will end at Double or Nothing. There will be a hailstorm of violence, and that I love Moxley's promos.
Oh, yeah.
This is already shaping up to be a great feud.
Yeah, man.
I really want it to be a hardcore match.
I think we're gonna get we're gonna get a situation similar to New Japan, where even if it's not a hardcore match, you're gonna see hardcore stuff, and the ref's not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah,
I'm hoping either that or next week they just say that it's a no DQ match.
Speaking of next week, there were some announcements: Ray Phoenix versus Orange Cassidy. Moxley versus 10. Let's see. I think that's all that was announced. Jake Roberts and Arn Anderson in a face-to-face interview. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. So next week's looking pretty good.
It's the go home.
This week's
Double or nothing.
AEW Dynamite gets A. AEW is consistently way more entertaining. Gets me way more hyped than NXT.
It's more exciting for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double or Nothing is going to be really good. Double or Nothing, right after the show, we're going to be here live talking about it.
With our friend Queen from Queen's Court.
And a special guest of our own will be joining us.
Yes.
One you've heard about but have not seen. It'll be a surprise for you.
It might even be a surprise for us if he shows up.
If he comes.
Anyway.
True.
Wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, or night, you have a great one. And peace and love to all of you.
Bang!